We do not train to be merciful here. Mercy is for the weak. Here, on the street, in competition, a man confronts you, he is the enemy. And an enemy deserves no mercy. What is the problem with you said right there? Remember to strike first, strike hard, no mercy. And with that said, here is a show I've been looking forward to talking about for quite a long while.
Who is it?
So Cobra Kai Season 1 is set 34 years after the original Karate Kid movie and picks up on the lives of Daniel Larusso and Johnny Lawrence all this time later.
Banzai! Daniel Larusso here for Larusso Auto. We are chopping prices on all of our inventory. Johnny? I knew it was you. This is Johnny Lawrence. He and I go way back.
Oh, this is a guy who's ass you kicked.
If you want to get technical, I kicked his face.
Now, to start off with, it's interesting to see the directions that both these characters have gone in the time since the original movie and the convenient sequels since then. Now, we see that Daniel is happily married with 2 kids and is the head manager of an auto group known as Larusso Autos. And there's kind of a bit of a tie-in with his mother there from the original movie. And you see him using his martial arts as kind of like his gimmick, if you want to call it that, even though it's not supposed to be, to try and kick the competition, if you will, and promote his business.
Hey, where you going, Coleman? Oh, I didn't know you guys were trying to buy beer. Hey! Watch your car, man. Get the hell out of here, loser.
Whereas Johnny Lawrence seems to have gone completely the opposite way and is really living a bit rough. We kind of find him in kind of like a no-win situation, as life hasn't seemed to deal him a really good hand throughout the years.
Was that like Taekwondo or something?
It's karate.
Do you think you could teach me?
I'm driving home from work yesterday, and in this strip mall, I see... After 30 years, I thought that guy might have changed, but he's still the same prick. I heard you beat up a bunch of teenagers.
I didn't beat up any teenagers. I kicked the crap out of a bunch of assholes who deserved it.
And with that dynamic, you actually end up sympathising more with Johnny Lawrence's character a lot more throughout this season, up until it gets to about the last couple of episodes.
Thinks he could bring Cobra Kai back to the Valley? Yeah. Not on my watch.
You want those kids at school to keep dumping things on your head? You want all the girls to think you're a wangless dork?
You're gonna be my karate teacher?
No. I'm gonna be your sensei.
We also meet a new kid by the name of Miguel Diaz, who is out on the street one night and just so happens to bump into Johnny Lawrence. And it's interesting, after what Johnny Lawrence does, Miguel tries to get Johnny to teach him the karate that Johnny knows. However, at first Johnny is a little resistant, but eventually he turns around and says, no, I will be your sensei, and therefore the Cobra Kai dojo is reopened under Johnny Lawrence's name. Now, this does create a bit of PTSD struggle for Daniel, as of course it's his old rivalry. You can understand kind of why he would be a bit off about this. However, things happen in quite an interesting way, but without the guidance of Mr. Miyagi, Daniel seems a bit lost at first until he rediscovers some of the old ways that he was taught and starts teaching his own student, and who that is I'm not going to give away for in case you guys haven't seen this series yet.
I'm gonna teach you the style of karate that was taught to me. A method of fighting your pansy ass generation desperately needs.
But the way things happen is quite interesting, as you kind of see the parallels between Johnny Lawrence and his new students, particularly with Miguel, and Daniel teaching this other kid who has quite a personal connection to Johnny Lawrence, which is quite interesting.
Okay, let's see what you got.
She's a girl.
And?
I'm sorry.
Are you okay? Girl's a natural cobra.
And as I said, throughout the early episodes, you actually end up sympathising more with Johnny's character and kind of understand the reason why he went the way he did. And while it's interesting to see both Johnny and Daniel after all this time, it just goes to show that some old habits never die. Now, I have to give props to the creators and the fight choreographers here, as they managed to keep that realism from the original movies, but also move it in quite a new direction. And there's a lot of social commentary as well on how, like, today's generation kind of handles the whole bullying aspect. And you guys really don't have to worry. I don't want to give too much away, but there is one particular episode which pays such homage and such tribute to Pat Morita's character of Mr. Miyagi that you may need a tissue for that particular episode, as it really manages to hit you where you live and really makes you re-sympathise with Daniel's character and realise the reason why you were rooting for his character right from the original days of the original movie. And it's from there that Daniel finally finds his quest and goes on the path that he does with his new student, and I think Daniel actually ends up learning a lot more than what he originally intended. The supporting characters here are also really well played, and they are really well executed. There is just one particular character that might get on your nerves, and it's the best friend of Miguel and this other character who is known as Hawk. You'll find out why when you watch the show.
Johnny, you and I, we aren't done.
But all in all, Cobra Kai is everything you have ever wanted in a Karate Kid sequel TV series, as it really picks up the legacy of where these characters are so much time later, and really manages to take them in quite an interesting new direction. My final verdict is nothing else but a 10 out of 10, and I'm happy to say this is definitely the best new show of 2018. Thanks for watching this, guys, as always. Now it's over to you, so feel free to comment below and tell me what your thoughts are on Cobra Kai Season 1. And as always, guys, if you are new to my channel, feel free to click here to see more and subscribe, as I do make new videos as often as I can. And don't forget to click that bell so that you're always notified of whenever a future video is posted. And just as a side note, I do have my Avengers Infinity War spoiler talk coming soon. However, that video is going to be delayed due to the person I'm doing it with has had a very personal matter to deal with, so my shout out goes out to him, and I look forward to doing the video with him, and I look forward to you guys seeing it as well. So as always, I shall see you all on the next one, and take care. Hiya!